Hey there, welcome to this video. If you've ever used Linux or if you're just getting started, one of the first things that might confuse you is how Linux organizes files. It's totally different from Windows. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire Linux file system from scratch in a way that actually makes sense. Let's jump in.
In Linux, everything starts from a single place called the root directory. It's represented by just a /. That's it. Just a slash. Think of it like the trunk of a tree. Every single file and folder on your Linux system, no matter which hard drive or USB drive it's on, branches out from this one root. There's no C drive, no D drive, just one unified tree starting at /.
Before we explore each folder, let me quickly explain paths. A path is just the address of a file. An absolute path always starts from root, like /home/John/documents. A relative path starts from wherever you currently are. So if you're already in John's home folder, you just say documents, no slash needed at the front. This will save you a lot of confusion later, trust me.
Let's look at /bin. This folder contains the essential binary programs or commands that every user needs. Think of commands like ls, which lists files, or cp for copying, mv for moving, and cat for reading files. These are the basic building blocks of Linux. Without /bin, you'd have no commands to run at all. It's kind of like the toolbox of the system.
Similar to /bin is /sbin. The S stands for system. These are commands meant for the system administrator, or root user, to manage the system. Things like fdisk for partitioning drives, IP tables for firewall rules, and reboot for restarting the machine. Regular users generally can't run these without special permission. Now, here's the folder you'll spend most of your time in, /home. Every regular user on the system gets their own folder inside /home. So if your username is Alex, your personal space is /home/Alex. Your documents, downloads, music, settings, all of that lives here. It's basically the equivalent of the users folder in Windows. You might be thinking, wait, if regular users have /home, where does the root user, the super user, live? The answer is /root. Note that this is different from the root/directory. /root is specifically the home folder for the root user. It's separate and protected from regular user home folders. /etc is where all the system configuration files live. Think of it as the settings folder for your entire operating system. Things like your network settings, host name, list of users, password policies, they're all stored here as plain text files. When you install software, it often drops its config file into /etc as well. It's one of the most important directories for system administrators. /var holds variable data, meaning data that changes constantly as the system runs. The most important thing inside here is /var/log, which stores all the log files. When something goes wrong on your system, this is the first place you look. It also contains databases, spool files for printing, and temporary data for running web servers. /temp is the temporary folder. Programs use it to store short-lived files during their operation. The key thing to know is that files here are usually deleted automatically when the system reboots, so never store anything important here. It's like a sticky note, useful right now but gone tomorrow. /usr is one of the biggest directories on the system. Despite the name, it doesn't mean user. It actually stands for Unix System Resources. This is where most of the installed programs and their libraries live. When you install an application, its main files usually end up in /usr/bin, its libraries in /usr/lib, and documentation in /usr/share. /lib contains the essential shared libraries that the programs in /bin and /sbin need to run. Think of libraries like plugins or helper code. If a program in /bin needs to do math or handle files, it borrows code from /lib to do it.
Without these libraries, many critical commands would simply stop working. Here's one of the coolest and most unique things about Linux, /dev. In Linux, everything is treated as a file, including hardware devices. So your hard drive, that's a file. Your keyboard, mouse, USB drive, even your terminal session, all files inside /dev. This philosophy is called everything is a file, and it makes Linux incredibly flexible and powerful. /proc is a virtual file system, meaning the files in it don't actually exist on disk. They're generated on the fly by the Linux kernel to give you information about running processes and the system state. So /proc/1234 would give you info about the process with ID 1234. /proc/CPU info tells you about your CPU. It's like a live window into your running system. Very similar to /proc is /sys. This is another virtual file system that exposes information about the kernel and the hardware connected to your system. While /proc focuses on processes, /sys focuses on devices and the kernel subsystems. System administrators can even write to some of these files to change hardware settings on the fly, without rebooting. When you plug in a USB drive or mount a hard drive in Linux, it doesn't just appear as a drive letter like in Windows. Instead, it gets attached to a folder in the file system. This is called mounting. /mnt is the traditional place for manually mounted drives, while /media is used by the system to automatically mount removable media like USB drives and CDs. /opt is where optional or third-party software gets installed. If you install a big commercial application like Google Chrome or a game, it might put all its files in /opt rather than spreading them across the system. It's like a separate reserved area that keeps big apps self-contained and easy to remove. /boot holds everything your computer needs to start up Linux. This includes the Linux kernel itself, the core of the operating system, as well as the bootloader files. If this directory gets corrupted, your system won't boot, so it's important not to mess with it unless you really know what you're doing. All right, let's bring it all together. Here's the full picture of the Linux file system. At the very top, we have root, the /. Branching from there are all the directories we just covered. /bin for commands, /home for users, /etc. for configs, /var for logs, /dev for devices, /proc for process info, /usi for installed programs, and more. Everything has its place, and now you know where to look. And that's the Linux file system. I know it seems like a lot at first, but once you understand the purpose behind each folder, it actually starts to feel very logical and organized. Unlike Windows with its scattered drive letters, Linux puts everything in one clean tree structure. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe. And stay tuned because we've got a lot more Linux content coming your way. See you in the next one.